Welcome to Physical Science 101. And this video is designed to be a tour of the Brightspace learning environment. My name is David Bly, and I'll be your instructor for this course. So what I want to do is essentially show you how to get into Brightspace, which is our learning management system for the course, and how to navigate through it, find the materials that you need. Since Physical Science 101 is entirely web-based, then everything you need is inside the Brightspace course. So let's get started. I want to share the screen. I'm going to share my browser. That's how you gain access. Need to, oops, 1 second. Here we go. Now, so this will be this is the New River Community and Technical College homepage. And all you have to do is go to your, if this is old, you can space out for a few minutes until we get to something important. Go to My New River, and then you'll have to log in with your username and password. And then find the D2L, which stands for Desire to Learn. It's their trademark for the Brightspace learning management system. And just click on that. And you'll end up at a general page. And I think what I'm going to do is, can't do it yet, sorry. Once I find a course, so this waffle up here is the best way to get into the courses. You can scroll down through all the available courses and find the one, but this one you can get to from anywhere. And here's your Physical Science 101 survey course, and this is the CRN, the course reference number 14451, fall 2022. Just click on that. Should open up, and this confirms that that's where you're supposed to be, and this is the course. So, general layout. First, I want to change over from instructors to student, so you'll only see what is available to the student. There we go. You can get some information here about me, and down on the right hand side, the system has extracted important assignments and dates and placed them in here in chronological order so that you can follow along, and these are things that you need to do, right? So you don't have to navigate through the course itself to find the things that are due on a certain time. This one's due on August 25th. It's a syllabus knowledge check. So I'll show you where the syllabus is. You'll go in and read the syllabus, and then you'll take this test, which requires our proctoring service, which is Respondus Monitor Lockdown Browser. I'll show you how to access that also. And this is worth 1% of your grade. So it'd be a good idea to go do it. And this syllabus knowledge check you can do with the syllabus in hand, right? You're not cheating if you flip through the pages to find the information. That's perfectly all right. Shows me that you're actually looking for it. And then on the right hand side, you have, it appears, all the exams that are due, and you can show more. But it's convenient. Now across the top, if you're anywhere in the course, you'll have this banner at the top. Anywhere in the course you want to go back to this page, you just click on that and you're back. Then across the top here, this is, oh, what is this called? I can't for the life of me remember. There's certain things that you can focus on for 101. One, you can click on Zoom, and that really doesn't have meaning for this class because it's not a synchronous course. It's asynchronous. That means you access the material anytime you want. There are videos embedded that were created with Zoom, but you don't have to connect with Zoom to make any class assignments. You can click on quizzes, and that will open up the various quizzes that need to be taken. While we're here, notice that some of these quizzes are called reviews. In Brightspace, they call everything a quiz that's a test. Tests, quizzes, exams, they're all quizzes in Brightspace. If it says review, that means that the grade that it produces, if you go in and actually take this review as a test, you'll get a grade, and I won't see it. It's just for your review. And the grade you get just tells you whether you're doing well or you're not doing so well for that chapter. And then you can go back and take it again. You can take it over and over and over again, drilling the material before you actually take an exam on this chapter. So you'll notice that when you have an exam here on chapter 1, it says that you need Respondus Monitor and Lockdown Browser. Okay. If you're unfamiliar with that procedure, we'll go through it in just a minute. Okay, other things that you might need. If you want to check your grades, click on Grades, and they will pop up here with the grades as you accumulate homework and exam results. I'll show you about homework also. We're sort of getting ahead of ourselves. I do not let Brightspace do any of the grade calculations. In that respect, Brightspace is much like Blackboard. It's very quirky and clunky for the instructors to use the Brightspace grade tool. So I take your grades. Now, of course, the exams are automatically graded in Brightspace. So there will be a grade appearing instantly for your exams. But I will take those exam grades and put them in my Excel spreadsheet, which is much more flexible and friendly toward the instructor. I'll do the same thing for your homework grades, and then use the formula that is contained in the syllabus to let my spreadsheet calculate a course average as of that moment when I put the grade in. And then I will come in and manually update the course average. And what you'll see, you should see, is course average then, and then I'll add an item. I'll add as of, and then a date. So anything that you've completed up to that date, I've seen it, graded it, and incorporated it into your average. Okay. I wanted to do some class discussions, but I didn't have time to prepare them, so you won't have to deal with discussions this semester. There's some course tools. We won't bother with those right now. Course home will take you back to the home page, I think. Might as well try it, see, right? Yeah, there it goes. It does the same thing as clicking on the name. I'm going to skip content for now because we'll come back and that's where you go to get all of your materials. Class list is a useful item. In the class list, you'll see all of the other students that are in your class. So if you want to communicate with anybody without having to go through the college directory and find people that you want to talk to that are in the class, these are only the people that are in your class, including me. Don't worry about this one. That's like a placeholder for anybody else that I want to give access. But all these are students in the class, and you can check off various ones and then say email. And you can send those students or me an email. And that's the way I will communicate with the class. I'll go in here and send an email. And you can't receive emails here. You have to do that through your the New River email. What do they call it? Client. You have to call up the client to get to receive emails. So while I'm on the topic, it's a good idea for you to check your New River email address every day, at least once a day, for any possible changes, updates, messages I may send you. I don't use the instant message. Okay, so that's class list. Then class progress. Class progress is designed to tell you, I think, what you've done and what you need to do. So it sort of serves the same purpose as that homepage listing on the banner on the right. Now, assignments. In Brightspace, assignments are kind of like term papers, any type of report. It's separate from quizzes. Quizzes and assignments are the two main grading devices in Brightspace. In the lecture course, let me see, the lecture course, I don't think you have any assignments. Check it periodically, because if I have any extra credit assignments that I give you, I don't think I have any in this class. They would show up here. And in fact, they would show up on that the right-hand banner on the home page of the course. So you won't miss them. Now, all the content of the course is under this item here, content. And if it doesn't look exactly right, just click on Table of Contents. Okay, that collapses everything. And now you have Start Here, Lessons and Resources. I put everything under this module, they call it. This is a module. So now if you click on the module, you get course activity schedule. So here we have, that's the correct course, all web class schedule. So it is a PDF document and it comes up in Brightspace. If we click on it, there it is. That is extracted from the syllabus. So it looks exactly like the schedule that's buried in the syllabus. And this gives you a calendar date, the chapter you're supposed to be studying from this day forward, chapter 1 up to, and then exam and homework are due on this date, and I've highlighted them in yellow. So you start studying that chapter on the 22nd of August, it's the first day of class, and then there'll be an exam on that chapter on that date, the 29th of August, a week later. The syllabus test here is noted due on August 25th. Okay, so that's the pattern. I've added a few other things in there, like 26th of August is also the last day to add drop or change your schedule. Labor Day holiday, which doesn't mean anything for a web-based course, but it's there in case you have other courses, then it's a reminder. The college will be closed on that day, though. So that's the pattern. We follow that, tells you what you're going to be studying from that day forward, and this is the exam on that chapter. Mid-semester grades are due on October 1st. So everything you've gotten finished up to that point, homework and exam, if you have everything finished, then all of those grades will be averaged into the mid-semester grade. If you're missing any of these, then I will average them in as zeros and report that as your mid-semester grade. But you can catch up. You can do those things that you missed. You don't have to throw them away and take the zero. You can do those things and get a grade on them with whatever penalties apply. And then I will enter those, and then your grade will be updated to reflect the completion of those assignments, homework and exam. You know, that's odd. I didn't notice that before. I've got mid-semester grades in 2 places. October 17th. Okay, this one's wrong. I will have that changed before the class starts. Let me make myself a note. Okay. So actually, October 17th is the mid-semester grade. So I probably won't have time to incorporate exam 7 or homework 7 unless you complete them ahead of time. If you do, then I'll average them in. Let's see. Thanksgiving recess, and then we pick it up again. Last day of classes. So there you have module 18, and there is no final exam in this class. They're just chapter exams. So the final exam will be due. The last exam is chapter 18 exam, and it's due in the final exam week. Okay, then I report your final grades on no later than close of business December 19th. Okay, that's your schedule. And I will repair that before the semester starts. Okay, so let's go back. Notice you have breadcrumbs up here. Sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. In this case, we do. So I can go back to start here, lessons and resources. Okay, that's course activities there. Here's the syllabus. And in the syllabus, we have the syllabus and we have my personal schedule. Right? Where am I going to be? When? Let's just look at it. There it is. So you see my office hours. That's going to change also. So I only have one face-to-face class this semester, like first semester chemistry class on those. The rest of the time, I'm either officially office hours or I'm in my office. These office hours that I set up, they're meant to satisfy management, right? They want us in here for office hours, 8 hours a week, which is fine. But just so you know, if you're on the Beckley campus and you pass by my door, R129, I may be there, right? And you don't have to have an appointment to see me. The nice thing about office hours is I'll be in my office, plus I will be Zooming at the same time. So you can catch me Zooming during office hours, and here's my Zoom ID. And when we look at the syllabus, I'll show you how to use that ID to connect with to Zoom with me for office hours. Any other time, I'll be in my office. But if these hours don't suit, I mean, if you're working during those hours or you have some other obligation, then you can request a different time of the week. And as long as it doesn't conflict with these times, we can set up a special Zoom session. That's no problem. Okay, let's go back. That was my schedule. And the syllabus, I think I'm going to have to modify the syllabus also. Here's my contact information. This was extracted from the syllabus as well. So there's my phone. There's an office phone. If you call my office phone, if I'm there, I'll answer. If I'm not there, leave a message. And the system is set up so that all voice messages are converted into audio files and attached to emails and sent to me. So I get your message pretty quick, even if you just leave a message, and I can call you back no matter where I'm located. If you need a quicker response, there's my cell phone. The best way to use my cell is send me a text. There's my email address. If you're not in a big hurry, send me an email and I'll get back with you within 24 or 48 hours. There's my Raleigh campus room is R129. It's on the first floor. Come in the back door from the parking lot, then just look to your right. You have a series of offices and classrooms on your right. And just keep looking for mine. You'll eventually hit R129. I do need to change this because I'm not going to be on Greenbrier campus this year. And those office hours are wrong also. So I've got some modifications to do here. There's the syllabus. So let's take a look at the syllabus. Here we go. And it's probably a good idea to download a copy of the syllabus. Let's see. Here we go, download. You just click that and you can get a hard copy of the syllabus. The only substantive changes I need to make in the syllabus are my office hours, where I'm going to be located, and correct that mistake in the schedule. Otherwise, everything else is fine. So this gives you a help desk. You need to call the help desk if you're having trouble with your internet connection, your computer system, can't access something that's related directly to New River. You can call this number. If you're having trouble with your homework, then you need to contact someone at Cengage. And I have contact information for them also in the syllabus. Required text, right? The bookstore will have this listed. And you need to buy Cengage Unlimited. If you're only going to take the first semester of the class, it's $135. If you're going to take both semesters, then it's probably cheaper to buy the full year access at $200. That gives you an access code. That gives you an access code for the Cengage website and access to the homework. You need to have that access code. Just set up an account. And it also gives you access to every title in the Cengage Library, including the one that you need for this class. And I've listed it down here. So you'll have an electronic copy. The only reason I put this information down here is because if you're like me, you may want a hard copy. I like hard copy books. So you can buy either the latest version, I think 14, no, 15 is the latest version, but 14 will work just fine. Even 13 or 12 might work also, and you can get them pretty cheap. But you don't need them for the course because Cengage Unlimited will give you the electronic textbook. And I have a link here, and I'll show you in a minute, a link to that electronic textbook. Okay, course materials. You'll need a calculator, a scientific calculator. And if you go to any store and you shop for their calculators and it says scientific on the package, it will have everything you need. You will also need a web camera and a microphone. If you have a laptop, you've already got one. All laptops have webcams and microphones built in. If you don't, if you want to use your desktop computer, you may have to buy a webcam. And most of those come with a built-in microphone also. In fact, I'm using one right now on my home computer, a webcam, a Logitech webcam, and produces a fairly decent picture. Okay, this stuff, read at your convenience. Outline of the course, module by module. And each module is a chapter. So you should have chapter 10, then 15 is 11, 12, 13, 14 chapters. So that means you'll have 14 exams. We'll go down to Appendix 2 and look at Respondus Monitor Lockdown Browser, how to set that up. There's no password for any of the exams. So if the system asks you for a password, contact me because there's some kind of glitch that needs to be corrected. Since this is a web-based course, the due dates for exams and homework are the days given, but the time is 11:59. That is 1 minute before midnight. So you can be on time with any assignment that says due date as long as you're before midnight. Let's see. Okay, here's homework, and I've got a, we'll go back to Brightspace and I'll show you where to connect with the homework. I've got instructions in the appendix also. Okay, here's your grading scale. The chapter exams are worth 80% of your grade. So we take 80 and divide by 14, and each one of the exams is worth that fraction of your grade. Late penalties are 1% per day for late assignments, whether they're exams or homework. Homework is worth 19%. And I did that so I could extract out that 1% for the syllabus test. Okay. So all the homework, which would be also 14 homework assignments, one for each chapter, divided into 19 is the percentage that's assigned for each homework. This is in here, this administrative withdrawal procedure is in here because the management says I have to put it in there. This is a reminder. Administrative withdrawal procedure can be triggered by the instructor or by the registrar if you are reported absent from the class for 2 consecutive weeks. That is, there's nothing out, I'm not getting any response from you for 2 straight weeks. In most cases, based on the schedule, that's an accurate, not counting vacation time. So during Thanksgiving, that's a week off, don't count that. But if I don't get any homework or exam results from you for 2 straight weeks, then I submit to the registrar what's called a WIF. And that will trigger an administrative withdrawal. You will be withdrawn from the class without your knowledge or consent. You can be reinstated if I, as the instructor, think that you stand a reasonable chance of passing the class, catching up with your work, finishing the work to the end of the semester. So just the moral of that story is don't let it happen. Stay current with all of your assignments, exams, homework, and you won't have to think about this paragraph. I mentioned contacting with me, how you contact me, so I won't go over that again. Okay, so here we have the class schedule, and it's probably got that error in it. Yes, it's got the same error. I'll fix that before the semester starts. And let's see, I'm looking to see, okay. If you're submitting your homework and exams on time, then you should not have to worry about that administrative withdrawal problem, because you should be submitting something once a week, and that will keep you current as attending and participating in the web-based course. Okay, what else do we have? Honor code. Okay. Cheating is a real problem, but it's going to be difficult to cheat. Let me put it that way. Of course, when you're taking an exam, there's going to be an eye watching you. That's respondus monitor. Right? So if there's anything funny going on, I'll be alerted by the system. Homework is another problem. And there's really, I don't have any answer for that one. Conceivably, you could cheat all your homework and get away with it, but sometimes I can tell, sometimes I can't. Attendance policy is, like I said, if you complete everything on time, you're attending. Makeup testing has no meaning for a web-based course. Bonus and extra credits, don't ask for extra credits. If you do everything that's in the course, you should be just fine. You won't need extra credit. And in fact, I think in this course, I don't have any extra credits. Oh, I don't have any extra credit assignments, but in every exam, maybe not every, but most of the exams, there are bonus questions, right? So you can get more than 100% for each exam. In fact, some of them have lots of bonus, and you can rack up some major extra points. And that may be helpful if in a later chapter the material is more difficult and you don't do as well on that exam, then the extra credit will help smooth that out. Exam etiquette has to do with how do you behave when you're taking an exam online. Here's how you communicate with me. Each one of the chapters, I'll mention this. Actually, I'll show that to you when we get there. Okay. There's lots of information that's given for each chapter, and I'll show you how that's arranged in the course. So let's skip over that for now. This additional information is standard for every course in the college. This is given to us by management, and we just slide it into our syllabi. Next thing we should see is appendix. Okay, so this appendix is homework. Cengage. Your homework is called Webassign. And I'll show you how to get into that. Let's see. There's an easy way to register, and I'll show you where that is. This is just sort of backup and how to access each assignment. But I've set it up so that when you're in Brightspace and you're in each of the chapter modules, you click a homework link and inside that module, and it takes you directly to that particular chapter homework, except for the first time. The first time you try to access your homework, you have to register first. And that's where you need your Cengage Unlimited code, so you can register for the class. And you have to do it from within Brightspace. You can't go straight to the Cengage. Well, you can go straight to the Cengage website and register. The problem with that is you won't be linked to this course. So any of the homework that you do will not show up in the course in your gradebook. So it's imperative that you register for the course from within Brightspace and then access each of the chapter assignments in sequence. Okay, that was, let's see, this gives you an outline of what you are looking at when you go into the Cengage course. I'll let you read that at your leisure. Then here's what you need when you're taking exams. Respondus Monitor Lockdown Browser is going to proctor the exam for me. It's like it's not really an artificial intelligence, but it takes the weight off my shoulders, and I can follow up later. What you will need for the entire course, actually, you need a reliable internet connection. You need a personal computer or laptop. Tablets will work. That needs a correction also. Because tablets will now work with the system, but smartphones will not. So don't try to use your smartphone to take an exam. If you got a tablet, fine. It will also work with a what do they call it? The Apple equivalent. I can't remember what it's called. I don't use Apple, so I don't remember. The Apple equivalent to the tablet, it will also work. And you need a webcam and microphone so that Respondus Monitor can watch you. If you don't have them, you will not be able to start an exam. If you don't have any of these items and you can't get them, then you will have to go to you will have to either use a neighbor, go to a public source like a library, or you can come to one of our campuses and use our computer library. If you do that, the Respondus Monitor Lockdown Browser is already installed on the computer, so you can skip that procedure. You won't have to install it. Now, installing it, the best way to install Respondus Monitor Lockdown Browser is just to go in and try to take an exam. And at the bottom of the page, I'll show you that, there is an installation link. You click it and it will install from that place in your computer. And from then on, you won't have to reinstall. But here's the alternate method, and this is the old way we had to do it with Blackboard. You shouldn't have to bother with this at all. In fact, I probably ought to take it out of the syllabus anyway. Okay, that's the syllabus. Now what we want to do is go back up to Start Here, Lessons and Resources, and look at how the course is structured. See any other items you could need. These support links, services, and links are common to the whole college. They're not special to the course. If you need a PDF reader, because a lot of the files are in PDF format, this is where you go and find links. Adobe Acrobat, which is the creator of the PDF format, has a link here, and you can get your free reader there, or a Foxbit will also work. And just as an interesting note, most of the time, if you've ever used a PDF reader, you can open any PDF file, but if the file is set up as a form so that you can fill out places in the form with information, most of the time, if you shut down your reader, you lose all that information. You can't save it. I have set up anything that I give you that requires input of information. You are able to save that. It's not so important for Physical Science 101, but if you're also signed up for Physical Science 103, the lab, all of your hard copy labs are delivered in PDF format. And if you use the reader, you can answer questions, enter information in that document in your reader and save it. That way you can submit the electronic copy for grading purposes. That doesn't work for everything because sometimes you have to draw. But for much of the information, it's a nice, easy way to manage it. And the reason I can do that is because I have the professional version of Acrobat, which allows me to create the files in a savable format. Okay, here's your syllabus test. You don't need Respondus Monitor Lockdown Browser, so you can do this one first. Just bam, bam, get it done. And if you click on that, it will come up as here, and you just click on this. It doesn't require Respondus Monitor. Click on that and go to the bottom, and this says Launch Lockdown Browser, but you don't have to. Okay, it's not going to let me access the quiz because I'm a fake student right now. If I were a real student, then, and it could be because the course is not open yet. It's not open until well, actually, I did open it early. It just doesn't like me as a student. It likes me as an instructor. But you should be able to start quiz without the browser, without the lockdown browser. Okay, let's go back. That's your syllabus test. And this one is a practice test. The whole purpose, and there's only one question in it, the whole purpose of this practice test, I click on it. Sometimes you have to scroll up to find your material. When you click on this one, you will need to go in and download and install Lockdown Browser. Okay, just do that. Once it's done, then you can start the quiz, and it will open up in Lockdown Browser, and it will tell you anything that you need to shut down, right? Because Lockdown Browser doesn't like certain things being opened during a test. And it will also check your hardware to be sure that it's compatible. That's the whole purpose of the practice test, to be sure that you know how to operate it, know how to get in there, answer the question. It doesn't matter what answer you put. It's not graded. Well, it's graded, but it doesn't count. So you can put anything you want and submit it. So that's the whole purpose of the practice test. All right. So now, this is your Webassign homework. All right. So if you click on that, go up here and click on homework here. It will, well, you'll have to click it again. Click here to open your content. And it will ask you, in this case, to sign in. You shouldn't have to do this after you've created your account. And you may have to sign in one time. Create an account. When you create an account, I've tried this before, and it doesn't work for me because I'm an instructor. But when you create your account, it's going to ask you to use an email. Use the email that you used to purchase Cengage Unlimited. That should be your school email. All right, at newriver.edu. Be sure and use the same email that you used when you purchased Cengage Unlimited and create your account. And it will probably ask you for your authorization code. I would expect it to anyway. Okay. And once you've done that, then you can look around, but you don't have to do anything right now. Just go back. Okay, now that you've registered for your homework, now here are all your modules. Right? Each module has an exam in it. It also has all the material that you're going to need. Right? It opens up here. It also opens up over here. Right? There's chapter 1. First thing you'll notice is PowerPoints. Right? If you have a copy of Microsoft Office, you will be able to open this PowerPoint slide set in your, you can download it and open it up in your browser, in your Microsoft Office PowerPoint application. Brightspace might be able to open it up inside. Let me see. Now there it is, download. So download it and then open it up in your Microsoft Office. That's one way to do it. If you do it that way, then if there are any embedded videos or animations, they will be perfectly preserved in this format. Right? If you don't have access to Microsoft Office, say on your tablet or wherever you have to be, you can get all the slides in PDF format. But they will not have embedded videos or animations. If you don't have access to PowerPoint at that time, click on this one that says HTML5. HTML is the language that's used in browsers. And if you click on that, it will open up in a window in your browser. It will have preserved all of the animations and all of any embedded videos. And you can click through it just like you would a normal PowerPoint slide set. Okay, just go through it like that. Okay, I don't think I have any videos in this one. And you can skip down. Notice down here, you can say, oh, well, I want to skip to slide number 50. Slide number 50. There you go. Okay, so those are the 3 formats in which you will find the PowerPoint slides: in PPT, PDF, or HTML5. And every module is the same. It will have that chapter in this format. Then you will also have a video that I created for each chapter, where I discuss the chapter and I may write on the whiteboard. And if you click on this, it connects you to a link with the video that's stored in my account on YouTube. Right. So if we click that, pops up, there's my YouTube video. And I start talking. And I make my picture size big enough so that you can see anything I write on this board. And then eventually the slide set, the PowerPoint slide set, will show up over here. Right? If I say move it over here, there it goes. So now you've got the PowerPoint slide set here also in the video. Some of them take a little time. This one's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Right? But you can pause it anytime you want. You can skip. You can go like this, click and hold, and maybe go along like that. See, all right. All right, now we're up to this section. So each chapter has one of those video explanations. All right. Next, we have reviews. And these you saw earlier when we were looking at quizzes. This review doesn't need Respondus Monitor. It will take you into the Brightspace quiz. Oh, it's going to let me start the quiz. And you can start the quiz without lockdown browser, and you can give answers there, give answers there, whatever, and then go down and submit your quiz. And it will grade it for you, and it will show you which ones are right, which ones were wrong. So that way you can drill questions on the chapter, and it'll tell you where you made a mistake, and you can go back and focus on those problem areas. I'm going to go ahead and submit. It tells me that I didn't give it enough answers, which is fine. All right, and then it's done, and it'll give you a grade. I thought it was supposed to tell me which ones were right, which ones were wrong. Attempt 1, okay. I need to look into that also. Review quizzes. Because it doesn't help you much. If you get a grade, you don't know where you went wrong. So let me look into that. Hopefully I can change those reviews so that they'll give you feedback. Okay, I can't do it now because it thinks I'm a student. All right, so let's go back down to module 1. All right, those are reviews. And here's the exam. So the exam has a due date, and this due date should be the same one that's in the syllabus schedule, August 29th. That sound right? Yeah, that's 1 week after the class starts. That's right. Okay, so every module is built the same way, exactly the same way. Okay. All right. That looks familiar. Okay. All right. So let's see, we can collapse all of that. And I think that will cover it for the semester. Right, so I've got some editing to do, and that should get you through Physical Science 101. Now, if you're looking at this video first, know that I will also want to prepare. I plan to prepare a video for 103. There will only be very slight differences in the Brightspace course. Okay, we're done, and best of luck. You can contact me anytime. Try not to contact me after about 9 or 9:30 in the evening. I try to go to bed early because I get up at 4:30. But anytime during normal hours, you can contact me either in my office, on my cell phone, by email, or you can request a Zoom session if you're having really, really tough time with, you've tried everything you can and you can't master a certain topic, then we'll put our heads together and fix it. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to log out as a student and stop the share. Here we go. Best of luck this semester.